Once a year, this city goes to the dogs. Sled dogs, hundreds of them, and they can hardly wait for the ceremonial start of the Iditarod. The real start's a day later, closer to the wilderness, but this is meant to be fun, sharing Alaska's biggest sporting event with its largest city. They even bring the snow in by truck, so the sleds can slide, and these dogs and their handlers, known as mushers, can hit the trail, or in this case, the street.
3, 2, 1, go!
One of the biggest names in mushing, ladies and gentlemen, Iditarod.
I race because I was born with a competitive spirit, and I like to see how I can be the best I can be. But it's, I'm racing ultimately with myself.
And she's been doing it for 4 decades. A frequent top 10 finisher in the Iditarod, Iditarod treats her dogs as family. In return, they race hard and put up with incredible challenges and hardships, all for her.
I have dedicated my life to this because it's the ultimate relationship between dog and man. This race is the opportunity to hone them and bring them and that relationship to the table and repeat what it is that God gave them the desire to do.
The race began 40 years ago as a way to revive a dying dog sled tradition in Alaska. Once, the state depended on sleds, most famously in 1925, when mushers and dogs combined to deliver diphtheria vaccine to stop an epidemic in Nome, where today's Iditarod ends. Now it's the toughest competition in the sport and attracts teams from around the world. Keeping the dogs healthy is crucial. Before the race, each one has a full medical, including an ECG, making sure its heart can endure the 1,600-kilometer run over snow, ice, and this year, bare patches of rock. A warm winter means less snow than usual in Alaska. The relative heat is also hard on the dogs, who sweat and lose more energy.
Weather is always a concern. This is Alaska, and it's huge. It can be too warm, or it can be really cold. It can be, really snowy, or it can be, as in parts of the trail this year, virtually little snow. It is what it is, and that's part of having preparation to be able to deal with those situations.
Just looking at these dogs before a race, you can see that the animals love to run. It's what they're born to, what they live for, and what makes them happy. The teams are now making their way through North America's highest mountains, the Alaska Range. For the next week and beyond, they'll be battling the elements and each other in inhospitable terrain, pushing themselves, dogs and humans, together in what's known here as the last great race, the Iditarod. Daniel Lack, Al Jazeera, outside Anchorage, Alaska.